Hi everyone, this is Yolanda from CraftySentiments.com, and I'm back again today for another video. Today I want to create a really quick thank you card. I always say it's going to be really quick, so we'll see how quick it actually is. I don't need a lot of supplies with this. It's going to be a very basic card, so let's hurry up and get started. What I'm going to be using today, the stamp sets are the Daisy Delight, and out of this particular stamp set I'm going to be using the word thank you. I really love the size and the font style of this particular thank you, and I'm also going to be using just the small little daisies that are right there. And I'm also going to be using the Wood Words stamp set, and I'm going to be using this particular image as a background for our stamps. Now you might notice that this does have a thank you, but I wanted something a little bit bigger, a little bit more substantial, so I decided to go with the Daisy Delight stamp set. So we'll have that. I'm going to be using Tranquil Tide as our only stamp color. I'm going to be using the clear faceted gems. Now these are on back order, but there should be you can still order them, and when they become available they will ship out to you. I believe they become available next week sometime. I don't have the dates in front of me. I just looked it up but I forgot, but I believe it's sometime next week, the second week of June. I'm almost out, but I have a bigger supply. I have a lot more, but I'm going to use them up to the last drop. Some Stampin' Dimensionals, my multi-purpose liquid glue, my Tombow liquid adhesive, bone folder, snail, and I have a finger dauber, and I might use the mini glue dots. Not sure about that just yet. And my card stock, the card that I'm going to be using is Whisper White. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I have that. Then I have a scrap piece. This measures 3 by I'm not even sure what, but really this is a scrap piece of paper that I'm going to be using to cut out an image. I have a piece of Tranquil Tide that measures 1 1/4 by 4 1/4, I think. I'll have the dimensions for you. I'll put that in the video. And this is a piece of Whisper White that measures 1 by 4, I believe. And I'm also going to be using the brand new Daisy Punch. I'm not sure if that's the official name of it, but it's a Daisy Punch. This one is actually out of stock, and it's going to be back. It's we expect to have it back in the 3rd week of June. So that's really great, because they had this, I think, out until like July or something like that. So it's been such a popular punch that, you know, it kind of sold out, and it's on back order. So again, the 3rd week of June is when it's expected to return. And then I'm also going to be using I always say the triple banner punch, but I think it's the banner triple punch. Sounds backwards to me, but I'm going to be using this as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to cut out a daisy. Let me move some of this out of the way. This I can put over here. Oh, stuff just falls everywhere. So I'm going to punch out 2 daisies. And you have to be kind of careful when you punch this, and then when you get ready to take the paper out, because these like to get stuck inside the punch. It's not going to hurt or anything like that. It's just a nuisance. So I kind of carefully lift it up and out before I do the next one. And there we go. So that's all we need for this. I can close this up and set that aside. And throw that away. So let's do a little bit of stamping right quick. So I need the ink for a couple of things. I'm going to stamp the thank you on this particular piece of Whisper White cardstock. Ooh, did I go overboard with that? Just clean that up with a baby wipe. And I'm going all the way closer to the left hand side in the middle of this cardstock. Let's let it absorb for a second. Beautiful. And that's all we need this for. Okay, I can set these two aside. And now what I want to do is the background for this particular cardstock. And basically I'm just going to load it up and stamp all around. Stamping off, stamping on, just all over. You know what? Let me get a piece of, so I don't go over the line, because I don't want it to go to the back. So I'm going to put it right there on the score line. Oh, that's good. And just turn it around all kinds of ways. I know there's some big open spaces, but I kind of like that. I didn't want it to be too busy. And I'm going to go right over here again. Oh, now that didn't really go anywhere. Now did that? Let's try that again. Cool. And we'll set that aside. So now as I fold it, you see it's just the background image. So I'll set that aside. Move all this out the way. So the next thing that I want to do is actually color in the daisy. Now I could have used straight cardstock, tranquil tide cardstock, but I kind of like it gives it a little bit more dimension, and you can see like a little bit of a texture to it. So that's what I kind of liked about it. So basically we're just going to ink it all up. Start in the middle a little bit and just ink it. So if you can kind of see it, you can see some of the, because I'm pouncing on it as opposed to straight stamping, and it leaves like a little bit of a texture, and that's what I wanted to do. And it does change colors a little bit as it dries. So even though it may look kind of dark sometimes, you have to try it out and play with your inks to see exactly what colors it will do. Because a lot of times when you first go ahead and stamp it down, it's like, oh my god, that is too dark, or oh my goodness, it's too light. But once it dries, the color kind of changes a little bit. So I'm not trying to be all neat or whatever. Some can be lighter, some can be darker. But that's that. And here's the second one. Get a middle. I'm only doing the middle just because I don't want it to be stark white. But the gem is going to kind of cover that pretty much. So this kind of goes rather quickly once you get all your pieces cut out. Okay, I'm going to color my fingers as well. I didn't think my fingers were that big that were getting in the way, but I guess so. Okay, so that's all for that. So the next thing I want to do is I kind of want to curve these a little bit. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just scrape the bottom of it, and it kind of curls under. Just a couple times, not too hard because you don't want to rip it. Because I just want to give it a little bit of texture. And I'll do that with both. There we go. There, they look like little little spiders. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I want them to go down in the middle. I don't want them to be like popped up like that. And if I had like a little ball tool, then I could shape it better, but I don't. So I'm going to use the round ball portion of my aqua painter, and I'm going to use my piercing mat, and I'm going to go down in the middle, and I'm going to just go in a circle. And so you can see kind of the dimension that it gives it. So I'm going to do that with both of them. I don't want that one to get done. You're going to press down and go in a circular motion, not too hard, because again, you don't want to tear it. And then we give it that look. And that's all I want to do for that. So I'm going to put these two together with the mini glue dot. I'm going to put a couple of them on here. Now it's really best to let the ink dry. And I know you're looking at it and saying, well, isn't it dry? It's to the touch and it doesn't wipe off. Yes and no. So it's dry to the touch, but it's really not dry all the way. Now I want to have these fill in a little small blank around the middle part, so they'll be offset just a little bit. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is put the gem on the inside. And I can't find my piercing tool, my paper piercer. I don't know what I did with it. Isn't that cute? It does have adhesive on the back of it, so you don't have to worry about that. So it has adhesive. So that's done for that. I'm going to clean up a little bit, move this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to set that aside. Now what I need to do is actually cut the end of the sentiment, and also the end of center it just a little bit, because I don't think this one is the exact size to the measurements. There we go. And if it's too long that I want it, I'll just cut it off. Nope, that works. So we'll put that together. I'll line it up all the way on the left side. Oopsie. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on the back of this. So let's put our card together. And I'm going to score it. We take the paper off, and I'm going to put it like right pretty much in the middle. And you don't want this hanging off, because it won't fit in the envelope. So you kind of want this flush with the side. Thank you. And on here is where I put the, you can put the glue dots, but I like the adhesive, the mono adhesive, because once it dries, it's like permanent, so you don't have to worry about that. And have that down. Oopsie. Until it dries, it moves. But there you go. And the last thing that I wanted to do, I don't think I've got it out yet, I want to have a little envelope. Oh, I guess you heard that fall. Avalanche. So all I'm going to do is actually just stamp a couple of these little small daisies on the corner of the envelope. And we're done. I'm going to do like a little L shape. And over to the side. and we're done. So here you go. Let me show you one other one that I did earlier, and I did this one in, what color is it? Oh, the Berry Burst. I was going to do it in Berry Burst, but you know, I'm kind of a little stuck on Berry Burst right now because it's really, really cute. I love, love, love the Berry Burst. So there you go. There's my quick and easy thank you card. And because you're using just one particular color of ink, you can crank these out in any. If you need a lot of thank you cards, this is quick and simple and easy to do. Get all of your different inks, and then you can have matching and coordinating one-tone colors with the basic Whisper White cardstock and one other color, and you're done. I'm going to leave the inside blank because I'm going to put a personal message inside of there. But there you go. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a fun time. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so. If you like any information regarding the products that I used here, I'm going to have a link in the description box below. If you would like a catalog or any other information like that, please leave me a comment and or contact me. I have a link with that below as well, and I'll get you a catalog out as well. I would love to be your demonstrator if you don't have one, so please feel free to contact me with any questions that you may have. Again, this is Yolanda from CraftyCinnamonts.com, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you so much, and have a good day.